Let's make magnesium carbonate from scratch at home. You have probably all the materials that you need in your house right now to make it, and I'm going to walk you through step by step how to make it and the uses of what you do with magnesium carbonate. This is also known as gym chalk or climbing chalk, which is why I'm going to be making it. We are making magnesium carbonate. Why? Because I need some more climbing chalk. Both my wife and I are avid climbers. There's a climbing gym near our house, and we love to go climb on walls. It's really fun. But one thing that really ups your game is something called climbing chalk. And it's a white chalky substance you put on your hands. It keeps your hands dry and it adds a layer of friction between you and whatever rocks you're trying to climb on. We just recently ran out. So instead of buying an overpriced bag of climbing chalk, we're going to make some, because climbing chalk is just magnesium carbonate. And magnesium carbonate is actually super simple to make yourself at home. But first, make sure you click that subscribe button and the bell icon. It'll keep you up to date with what we come out. We have new content coming out every single week. We cover everything to do with the world of science in easy and accessible ways, because science should be fun. In order to make magnesium carbonate, you're really only going to need two ingredients. One is baking soda. And you're going to need baking soda, not baking powder. And the other is just magnesium sulfate, which is Epsom salts. You probably have some Epsom salts to put in your bathtub to soak in or something like that. Strictly speaking, these are your only two ingredients you need, but there are a few things to make this easier. Now, you can't just mix these two ingredients together with some water and just hope that magnesium carbonate comes out of it. That's not the way it works. What you're going to have to do is you're actually going to have to change baking soda into sodium carbonate. In order to turn baking soda, which is sodium bicarbonate, into sodium carbonate, you need to bake the baking soda. 450 degrees Fahrenheit for 1 hour just on a baking sheet. And it's going to look exactly the same, but it will turn into sodium carbonate. Now, I need to give credit where credit is due, because I tried this a couple of months ago and it didn't really work and I wasn't exactly sure why. And I want to thank ChemTalk, which is another channel here that all they do is chemistry stuff. They are excellent. You should definitely go check them out. I'll have them up there somewhere and I'll link them down in the description. Go check out their channel. They do awesome chemistry videos. Anyways, you can bake the baking soda or do what I did, which is just go out to the store and buy sodium carbonate. It's advertised as a highly concentrated cleaning agent. I got this whole big 3 kilogram box for $6, so it's really not expensive. And hey, if you like to play around with chemistry stuff, go start collecting all of the different compounds. It's really cool. Anyways, so we have Epsom salts and we have sodium carbonate. And really at this point, all we need to do is mix them together, and yes, magnesium carbonate will be the precipitate that comes out of solution. What you will want to do is you're going to have two different jars set up. You'll need each of them to hold about 500 milliliters of liquid. And what you want to do is put about 2 tablespoons of Epsom salts into one and 1 tablespoon of sodium carbonate into the other. And you can scale this up as much as you want. Just make sure that there's twice as much Epsom salts dissolved into the solution as the sodium carbonate. Now, what you do want to make sure is that everything is completely dissolved. You want the liquids to be completely see-through once you're done stirring them up. And if you're having a problem getting everything to dissolve, just heat it up. Put it in the microwave for, I don't know, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. That'll warm up the liquid a little bit and allow more to be dissolved into the solution. Once that is done, now we can actually mix them together. Now I'm going to show you at the end of the video what happens when you make a solution of baking soda, which is sodium bicarbonate, and the Epsom salt dissolved into the water. And I'll spoil it for you, nothing happens at all. It's just a completely clear liquid. They actually exist together, they don't mix at all. However, look at this. Yeah, when you pour them together, that milky stuff that comes out, that is magnesium carbonate. It actually precipitates out of the solution. Now this is really cool because magnesium carbonate is completely non-water soluble. You can't dissolve magnesium carbonate into water, which is why it makes a great chalk for weightlifting or for climbing, because it keeps your hands dry and it creates that layer of friction. So now we have a bunch of magnesium carbonate suspended in our beaker. And you don't have to use scientific beakers, you can use a jar if you want. So with the magnesium carbonate, now we have to filter it out. I just have a funnel I bought at an automotive store and some coffee filters. The quality of the filter doesn't matter at all because magnesium carbonate is fairly large particles. So we'll just let it filter down through here and we'll come back when it's done. Now, as we let the liquid drain away from the magnesium carbonate, that liquid is actually sodium sulfate suspended in the solution. And that's going to be cool because later I'm going to actually make some crystals using this solution, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, make sure all of the sodium sulfate has been drained away as much as you can, and then place the filter with the magnesium carbonate in the filter on top of some layers of paper towel, something absorbent so that the rest of the moisture can actually be kind of sucked away from the filter itself. Now we let it dry. You can put it maybe in the sun or just leave it out. It's going to take maybe a couple of days for it to be perfectly dry. But once you're done, then you have what's actually in those bags of expensive climbing chalk. It's really cool. This leads me to the biggest problem I have with science and how it's being taught today in our schools and to people that are kind of passionate about it but don't really care. The way it's taught now is almost completely disconnected from their everyday lives. So if I were to tell somebody, did you know that if you mix magnesium sulfate with sodium carbonate, you can produce magnesium carbonate? Hooray! Nobody cares! Unless there's a reason for them to care. So if you were to take somebody to the climbing gym and give them some chalk, they can see that that chalk improves their life. And then you can teach them how to make magnesium carbonate with the end goal in mind. That brings about discussions about solubility and precipitates. It's so cool! Chemistry and science and physics is applicable in your daily life. You just have to figure out ways to connect it and see how everything is connected. This is why I love experiments like this so much. Anyways, this is Destructive Creativity. We're going to do another episode very soon about our homemade magnesium carbonate, and we're actually going to go to the climbing gym. And we're going to get people to test out the store-bought stuff and our homemade climbing chalk and see which one is better. Because honestly, I don't know. I might be biased. So we're going to check that out. Stay tuned, hit that bell icon, and make sure you subscribe. See you next time. Bye! Come on.